Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That's me, and peace out to the rest of you. It's the blackest man on social media, signing black in and shining again, asking you to hit that share button because the message is more important than the messenger. I apologize in advance about the wind noise. There's pretty much nothing I can do to prevent that. Sorry. Right now, there isn't. I'm still listening at this point to the video, 3.5 hours long, in which MOT is shredding C Boogie and ARC. I haven't finished listening yet, but I'm still hearing it. Here's the deal. In this video, there are 2 points I've already heard that are valid, and I can't knock those points. The first point is that you do have matchmakers in these countries, these other cultures, but you don't have dating coaches. You have those who will look on behalf of a man or woman to find someone. Usually this is the idea is that this is a commitment. Marriage is on the horizon. You do not have men or women out there whose job it is to explain to you how to be appealing to the masses of the other gender. Because it's understood. For women, it's already understood. What do you need to do to be attractive? And for men, it's not understood. The women aren't going to say what it is they want in many cases. They may not lie, but they won't tell you. So therefore, it's not the man's job to figure it out and read her mind. And so the whole idea is stupid in many cases. The idea is stupid to them in that context. Why? If it requires a coach, then she just takes what she can get, or she can come out and say what she wants, or they can come out and say what they want. But a dating coach, as we understand it in the West, does not fit in many of these cultures. I can't speak for Latin America. It's different countries. Some of them are liberal, some of them are conservative. But in the older cultures, one in whose territory, or in which is territory I live, and the others that are neighboring nearby, no, ain't no need for a dating coach. That says something right there. In cultures that work, that have lasted a long time, you do not have a dating coach. There's more. The second thing you have to understand is that you can take the mass approval of women to no bank and put in no account. You cannot even use it to help you to earn money that you can put into the account, except maybe if you're a pimp, and even then it takes a specific mindset that the woman must have, and the man, or the other possibility is if you're just a gigolo, and you can get women, you can convince them to take care of you for a short time. She gets tired of it, you have to move on to the next. But women are not going to take care of you. So there's no way to cash in on this on a permanent basis. If she's going to look after you, then she's going to spend another man's money to do it. Her father's, her rich husband's, or her ex-husband's alimony. She's not going to go out there and do her own work and then get that money and use it to take care of you unless it's temporary and you slang some serious peen in the meantime. There's a limit to it. She'll not do that. You can, however, lose all of your money trying to win the approval of the majority of them. You're trying to win the approval of a bunch of them. You can lose all manner of money. And you can lose it within the span of a year. You can spend a fortune trying to make yourself taller. You can spend a fortune trying to make your ding-a-ling bigger. And there'll be some damaging effects that are permanent. You can go through all of these things trying to get their mass approval. And you know what happens if enough men do these things trying to get the approval of the mass of women? They'll simply move the goalpost. And the same minority is going to be the only one of which they approve. And this is why it is that in cultures that work, they don't take seriously everything that women say they want. They're willing to say, okay, what is easiest for us to understand out of this long list of things that they want? Height helps. Je ne sais quoi, meaning something mysterious they can't put in words. These things help. But objectively, what are we willing to look for and what are we willing to take seriously? his ability to provide for her and the family, even more than the ability to protect. You know why? Because violence is not normal to them. This is something kids do. This is not something adults generally get into unless it's war. And if it's war, some of the biggest, strongest men wind up dying anyway. Nobody's really fully protected in war to begin with. In the West, these women want the kind of men who start wars in other countries. It's not normal. I'm going to go back and listen to the rest now, Lord willing. But even though I'm not going to go in on dating coaches, especially by name the way MOT has, that does not mean that I am against MOT. No. I'm with his point of view with regards to what the community needs versus what it doesn't need. I'm simply not going to try to ruin the business of every single dating coach out there, period. I'm simply willing to limit it to the ones who do not say, this ain't your fault, young blood, you didn't know. Especially if they go out and they say, this is your fault, you should have done X, Y, and Z. I'm simply willing to limit it to them. Because they should know better. However, if MOT is going to go after all of them, I don't have a damn thing to say about it. Except, you know what? You probably had to. Because I can't sit up and say that they were necessarily good for the community. What I see them doing is just kind of pulling the wool off of men's eyes regarding what women want. Yes, it is not to be given credibility. The things they want are not to be given credibility once two of them become mutually exclusive. I'm of the mindset that in order to fix the problem, men will need to assess what it is that the ladies want, and as soon as they find two things that are mutually exclusive, they throw out everything she wants and they say to hell with this, even when it comes to playing matchmakers for their own daughters. I am of a militant mindset, because that's what has to be the case. If you really want to save a community, you're going to have to find viable men and women to do it. And right now, we have become a community with barely enough, but more than enough viable men and not enough viable women. That's the truth of the matter. The women really don't outnumber the men. The girls outnumber the males. That's what it is. The grown women are outnumbered by everybody. That being said, thanks for listening. Black Heart signing black out. Assalamu alaikum in black. Male power, just 'cause Sapphire don't like it.